Commence primary ignition.
Hey guys, my name is Lauren Mary Kim. You may know me as the motion capture double for Ahsoka on Clone Wars Season 7. Be on the lookout for Summer of Snips on the Virtual Cantina network.
We're live.
And in color.
Even. What am I doing?
Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Oh, hey everybody, welcome to another week. I would like to call this maybe the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive special edition of the Summer Snips. Maybe, I don't know. Hey, how are you? I'm Spencer, I'm one of your hosts for tonight. With me is the two of the three amigos. I got Dave and Jeff. How are you, gentlemen?
Good.
Doing well this evening.
I'm working on cosplay, so I'm distracted.
Yeah, and I am longing to be at San Diego or working on a cosplay to be going to San Diego.
Yeah, so I'll be in San Diego tomorrow.
Well, it's like when I
He's around.
was like when I
What? Oh, as
Oh,
soon
no.
as you said he gone, he's like,
Dag nabbit.
"Peace, we're out."
And I'm
Did he lose power again? Are there storms and what's
hopefully
going
he'll
on?
say something. Hopefully he'll say something.
So anyway, welcome those of you out there. Hi Jen, how's it going? So we're here. They're getting ready. Season 4, episodes 14, 15, 16, and 18, right at the
Yep.
top, because we totally don't remember what those are.
It's the only way we'll know which ones to watch. It's quite a handful. I mean, that's an hour and a half, approximately, hour 20 minutes of content.
But I think you really get this sense, as much as we're doing this and as many of these that we're watching, is the Clone Wars is a lot of Ahsoka story.
Oh yeah, there's tons of Ahsoka in there. I think it was almost sort of, it's like her story kind of almost more than even the other guys.
I mean, it very nearly is her story, because we get, I think he's coming back, we get,
There he is.
that's where her content lived.
Mm-hmm.
We were just talking about, Spencer's, how much content and how many episodes that we've been watching in the Summer of Snips, and how prevalent Ahsoka is in Clone Wars and Rebels.
Especially
I didn't even realize that. Yeah, I mean, I watched them before, but I didn't really I watched it for the sake of watching them, as opposed to now I'm just kind of like, holy crap, and we're all feeling it.
They're very informative, though. It's that hindsight kind of stuff where, like, oh, I see how that applies now.
Right. So it's very very weird, but it's been a great journey, and I can't believe we're halfway through it. Wow. But I hope everybody's doing well. I hope if you're at San Diego Comic Con or
Oh, sorry, because I looked at the
got
notes tonight, and I'm like, what? We're on week 6 of this?
Yeah, we have quite a
week
bit of
6
content still. Sorry.
Welcome to week 6 of 600 of the Summer of
It's
Snips.
not 600.
It feels like 600. But if you're going to San Diego, yeah. If you're going to San Diego Comic Con next coming days and this weekend, please make sure you go over to the Duo Novo booth at 4049 to go see Mark Von Owen. We have a lot of friends in, like Leilani Shu and Chris Bartlett. already there currently, and members are still going around there. But Jeff is running a very special event tomorrow night. So what's going on there, Jeff?
Well, running is kind of a broad term, but myself and Corinne will be on hand to welcome individuals that decide to show up to the Omni Hotel social bar, I think it's called, at 9 p.m. on Friday night, which means almost everything else is done except for the parties that have just started. So maybe sort of in between you're transitioning from one mode to another, you can stop by, say hi, maybe have a drink with us. We'll see how long that lasts. A lot of us, I think, will be heading out to parties, but at 9 p.m. there should be a nice little faction of
We'll
us.
show up and pregame with you before you really get to the party.
Exactly. That's going to be so. Hopefully, we've had rumors, well, confirmed that Leilani will be showing up. We're even listed on her schedule that she's posted, uh, as well as her con-specific appearances at many different signing tables and booths throughout the weekend. And then rumor has it that there may be other people tagging along or coming along to the event as well. So if you stop in, you never know who you'll see, both regular family member and maybe somebody who's a little bit more known. So it should be fun, and I think anybody who shows up will enjoy it. We'll try to get a nice group photo and post that up in the group, and
because selfies or it didn't happen.
yeah, gotta have that document.
But also, you might have noticed as well, we launched a brand new line of shirts and designs on TeePublic. Dave, as the designer, why don't you talk a little about that?
So, we a couple weeks ago, if you're not a watcher of Daughters of the Galaxy, you totally should be watching Daughters of the Galaxy. But they have their own shirts now. They've got their whole line of Daughters of the Galaxy shirts. It's a lot of stuff that they say and they do and they mention on their show. That's every other Wednesday night. Yeah, you'll excuse me. I was like, ha. See how fast I could get that in there. But if you go to TeePublic and their brand new shirts are coming up now, it's teepublic.com/user/virtual cantina.
Mm-hmm.
And all that stuff is 35% off right now because it's new. There's not just shirts, there's long sleeves, there's hoodies, there's
stickers.
Don't
forget stickers.
Look really sweet for that. And a lot of those come with like 2 stickers because there's the main image sticker and then there's a little bonus Daughters of the Galaxy sticker because I've got them like tagged in the design. So check those out.
That's a fun little kind of bonus that you get the sticker. You get to the design in what ultimately comes out as 2 stickers. So that's kind of fun. I like that a lot.
Yeah. So go check those out on the TeePublic. And we still do have, you can still, if you're planning for next year and they look good, I think Spencer's sporting one right now. He was like, stretch up a little bit.
No, there it is. Very nice.
We've still got our patriotic collection that is still out there and still available. As well as the Pride collection and the old school stuff. We've got tons of shirts. Just anytime anybody on any show says something,
anytime, yep.
Anytime anybody says something on any show, is that sort of thing ends up on a shirt. As well as for a few more days, till the end of July, we have this fancy pants baseball jerseys, perfect for the summer cons. I just got mine today, and it's like I had to get ready to get on here and did not open it, but it is like sitting. It's sitting over there, just like open me.
Yeah, but Dave, where are you going to be debuting your jersey?
I will be debuting my jersey on Friday at GalaxyCon Raleigh. So that's not tomorrow, Friday, a week from tomorrow. We will be having a meetup at GalaxyCon Raleigh. So kind of the same concept that Jeff's got going for San Diego is between the day events and before the night parties, somewhere around 7:30 in the evening, after the Christopher Lloyd panel. There's Christopher Lloyd panel, and it goes till about 7:20, 7:30. And we'll be meeting in GalaxyCon. If you want more details, message me, check the page. But come see us if you're at GalaxyCon Raleigh. And yes, I will be wearing the Fancy Pants shirt, and I think I'll be wearing it. I think that's like the 28th-ish. So you'll still have a day or two to order them after you see them in person.
There you go. And then the following week after that, I will be running our traditional event over at Fan Expo Boston. So we'll be running the following Friday at the Irish Bar attached to the Westin during that weekend of Fan Expo Boston, which would be great. I will be there all weekend. And we'll have playing members there from around the country joining us. And as we gear up, obviously, towards our biggest non-celebration meetup of the year at Rhode Island, which is always a fun one because you also never know who's going to show up at the Rhode Island ones as well, which is actually pretty cool. I'm very excited about that. But yeah, so as Dave mentioned, order your jerseys. We're taking the final orders in the next week for the final batch. 80% of batches 1 and 2 have gone out, and people are receiving them. As Dave mentioned, and I know Mark and a couple other members have received theirs as well. But let's talk a little bit about some of the things we've seen via pictures from San Diego Comic-Con. Now, first and foremost, obviously we've seen costume pieces and lightsabers and Sabine's helmet, which absolutely look fantastic, from Shanna Truick, who is a member of our group, who is the basically Dave Filoni's costumer, who's also nominated as well for an Emmy for Best Costume, which is great. But we saw like 5 potentials for HasLab, one of which is the Ghost.
Okay.
Those were fan made.
Those are heroes and villains.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how accurate that is, but it kind of seems like one of them will likely be the HasLab. But
I will say that the new, if that was the new Ewok Village, the paint job on that was absolutely fantastic. But that Ghost is freaking huge.
So, I take the internet with a little bit of skepticism, like Jeff. I'm going to be skeptical until I confirm an actual human has seen that. So, if you are there tomorrow, Jeff, actual pictures.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna be, the main part of the floor that I spend my time usually in is the Star Wars area, which includes or is encircled in by Hasbro and all the different properties or then licensees, I should say. So I'll definitely be checking out all the Hasbro offerings, and anything that is new that pops up will be on my radar, and I might do a little live video on the channel.
And but B, if those are real and we're only getting one of them, shame on you, Hasbro.
Yeah, that's like
shame upon you if those are real and we're only gonna get one that we have to vote on. Or no.
Well, see, I wouldn't think they would prototype it out to the extent of it being real unless it was going to be the thing that they were going to try to push. I mean, I can see the idea kind of floating around, but getting to the point where there's a physical item, I think they're going to have that narrowed down. It's not going to be like we're going to produce 5.
Well, I mean, they could have thrown the Rancor into that mix as well if they want to throw us off the radar.
Funny thing is, though, you never know. That could actually have gotten, the timing is weird on some of those. So, like, if they did the Rancor now, you might get a different reaction.
I think so. Well, not right now. Okay,
Well, no,
Hasbro.
yeah.
Also,
Don't
give me a HasLab right now because you just took money out of my account for a GI Joe one like this week. So
right.
But I'd have to say, I mean, I honestly believe in my heart of hearts what sunk the Rancor was the goals. They were horrible.
Hmm.
Well, I think some of what sunk the Rancor 2 was it was right on the heels of the Proton Pack, wasn't it?
Similar, but the thing is that if the reach goals were good, it wasn't like that cardboard backdrop and things looking chintzy. I think that it would have gone through. But people are like, why do I want this?
Yeah, if there was more to that cardboard backdrop, and also it barely fit in front or behind that Rancor because it was so massive.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like a item in that sense.
Well, it was, and it was an too, because I looked at that and I'm like, what crap am I gonna do with a Rancor like that? As I was like, I would rather spend that amount of dough tracking down a vintage one.
Mm.
That's what got me away from the GI Joe Sky Striker. I did not fund that HasLab because I was just like, I'm gonna go buy some new pieces for my original Sky Striker and spiff it up.
Right. I don't know. It's going to be very interesting to see what goes on there, but it's also going to be very interesting to see what's going on, around the cons. Though it was clarified by SAG, just so that you guys know, if you're going to a con, that there might be tables selling 8x10s around the cons if you want character shots, but they will not be included in your autograph sessions on the tables. Molly Miller, who is the double for Vivian Lara Blair in both Obi-Wan as well as in Boogeyman, was sitting at one of our friends' table the other day, and I saw a picture of her, and she had her headshots on her table. So people came up to her with Obi-Wan stuff and Boogeyman stuff to get signed, which you can't. So if you have stuff that you are bringing, not only can they sign it, but they can put character names and they can do quotes. But they cannot give you
They can't promote it by giving you a physical copy.
Correct.
Now, for a lot of places, the con itself is talking about doing something. At least the con I'm going to, GalaxyCon Raleigh, is talking about the con providing some 8x10s. And
for another fee or included in what you're paying?
No, for a fee.
They have. GalaxyCon has not officially said, but I'm imagining for a fee, because I cannot imagine that for them to print those, they're not going to have to get some form of license.
Oh, right.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
like Creation Entertainment that did that crappy con that I went to in Jersey, but also runs Stranger Con and Supernatural Con, and actually they run the big Star Trek convention in Vegas. They have a table full of 8x10s, and they sell 8x10s for $5 a piece.
Yeah, and friend of the group, what is it? Jeff from J&J Collectibles has already said in Raleigh that he's going to have his booth there, and he will have prints as well. So
I was at our meetup in Rhode Island last year.
See, it was late, and I had driven 14 hours. I had just driven like 14 hours. So there's a lot of that.
But do like what we always do. A lot of us do is that we actually, when we see a guest that's going to be there, you know, find a Funko, find something that you might want signed if you want to make sure that you're going to get something done by them. Exactly.
This is why
You've been playing that for a year now.
I have had that one for a while, but I'm also when there are deals on things, it's like I will eventually see Vivian Lyra Blair. I will pick that up. I've picked that up when I had the opportunity because I was gonna see him at a con, but he canceled. So
Probably be back.
oh yeah, like you will see these people. So pick something up. I was in a local comic shop the other day, and if you don't have time to get figures or something like that, pick up a comic with their character on the cover.
Yeah.
A lot of that happens is they've put out for Return of the Jedi 40th, they're putting out a whole bunch of comic series that have different characters on them. There's an Ewok comic series. There's a Jabba's Palace. There's a Lando. So
Is it the one with Leia Sakura? Because I think that Amy was signing them the other night.
So at the shop that I was at, it only carries like what's brand new on the shelf, so it did not have that one. Like I said, there was a row of 5 or 6 of them. This place has it's a lovely comic shop. I'm not going to name names, but in Durham, North Carolina. But it has like 5 boxes of back issues, and that's it. And they're just back issues that they don't care about. They're like $5 a piece. Here, go. And I'm just like, but really major selection, an entire huge 40-foot wall of everything that's come out in the last couple of weeks or whatnot. So I picked up a Mando season 1, the final episode, the 8th one, because I'll be seeing George Janty at GalaxyCon Raleigh, I believe. The
Very cool. So they just announced actually someone who did one of the voices for Jedi Survivor for Boston, and I was looking through his IMDb, and I'm like, okay, that was Ikian from. Remember the movie Summer School with Mark Harmon, the nerdy kid? Yeah, he's gonna be at Boston Comic Con. I'm like, wait, what? And that was such an obscure '80s movie that I was like, well, that was actually so bad. It was actually pretty funny and memorable. But most movies from the '80s were like that, I'd have to say.
A lot of them nowadays.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. But just always look for deals, look for things that you might want to potentially get signed in certain places. I mean, especially with this strike going on. I mean, Rhode Island announced Ryan Phillippe.
Yeah,
which is like that was
now. Correct me if I'm wrong though. This applies for, because you mentioned voice actors. Voice Actors Union is not on strike, right? So unless if they're and it could get funny if they're a voice actor who is a SAG member because they do live action as well, probably not going to have 8x10s. But a voice actor who is pretty much voice actor only may well have their characters on there.
So let's look at Steve Bloom for a minute.
Yeah.
He's mostly a voice actor, and he did the mocap for Zeb.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably a SAG member.
So I just noticed, and this thing, reach out to your local cons, is for GalaxyCon Raleigh, they have, in support of the strike, they have removed character photos for all of their celebrities.
Boston as well. So Chicago.
However, for the voice actor category, characters are still there.
That's weird.
So that's going to be very interesting, especially in Boston, because when we have Ashley and the other two, are they going to be full fledged? I mean, honestly, Ashley was not so Raven when she was a teenager. So, I don't know. It's going to be very, very interesting to see what cons look like in the next couple. But it's always, like I said, I always tell people, try to make sure that you have something with there. There's also plenty of vendors out there that will have stuff available. One story I always tell is that I once ran into at New York Comic Con Dan Fogler sitting at a comic book stand, helping push not only his comic but his friend's comic. And he basically put up a sign on a piece of paper and said, $10, I'll sign anything you want. And I ran around the Javits Center and found 2 Jacob Kowalski pops.
Yeah.
And I bought them.
If you're going for a con, look for your people, look for celebrities, not just in the celebrity area.
Oh, no.
Because, for example, last con that I was at it is Armin Shimmerman. Okay.
Oh, nice.
Quark.
Right.
Okay, on Star Trek Deep Space
and a million other things. He's been
and a million other things. But he has written a book, so he was not in the celebrity area. He was over in the literary area. He was had a table with his book.
Nice.
So,
I was in full cosplay at WonderCon in Anaheim, wandering around as Fat Mickey Vader, and I'm passing booths looking to see stuff because I'm still checking out the con even if I'm in cosplay, and I look over and there's Daniel Logan in the corner of this booth on his phone, just sitting there, like no table around him, nothing. He was just in the booth sitting, and I have no reason to know. I mean, I don't know why. And it didn't seem like, I don't know, maybe he knew somebody who owned it or something, like you were talking about, Spencer. He was pushing whatever at that booth, but he had no, like, anything that indicated who he was or what he was doing there. And I just was like, what? I stopped and I was like, hey, Daniel Logan, can I get a photo? And then I continued on my way. But it was just like, okay. But yeah, you tend to run into people almost anywhere at a con if you keep your eyes out.
Yeah, and Jim has a lot of like secret hidey places at different things where he finds people.
Yep. But anyway, we're not here to talk about Comic Cons, which we all love. We're knee deep in con season right now, which is absolutely fantastic. But we're going to be watching several episodes of Clone Wars tonight, starting with season 4, episode 14, which will be starting in about 2 minutes from now. So please make sure that you have your D+ machines all queued up and ready to rock and roll when we get started about 2 minutes from now. But like I said, we love to see you at any of the cons. If we can help you in any capacity, getting how to prep for cons, go back and look and watch some of our episodes even about celebrating autographs, especially some of the ones from 2022 where Frank was actually talking a lot about like Itoyas and pens and stuff and how to prep for cons.
Very specific stuff. Yep.
I mean, honestly, I've always said this, and I said this to a lot of people. One of my dearest friends, my best friend Sean, is going to his first con outside of a celebration at Boston. And he's like, what do I have to expect? I'm like, honestly, if you prepare for Celebration as well as you do, every other con is going to be easy because Celebration is so difficult to plan for compared to any other con.
Yeah, and the other resource is reach out to us. You can message us through the page and through the channel and reach out. We'll answer questions.
In a post.
Yeah, tag us in a post on the page. Get some of that activity on the page going, because there are a lot of people that answer these questions, and there are a lot of people that'll give you a lot of different answers to the questions. Filter through those because some of those are wrong. All right, not so much on like on the celebration page. We're pretty good about like directing people and going, hey, that might be a thing. But GalaxyCon Raleigh, for example, has a fan page and they ask these questions, and a lot of people are like, oh, well, I'm going to get a board game signed. What should I do that with? What kind of pen? I'll just have them sign the board game with Sharpie. How do I protect that? Should I just, and they'll like say, well, why don't you put some clear spray paint over it?
I saw
God,
you.
no. God, no.
I saw you go completely ham on somebody because their thing was shellacking something.
So I did. I was polite. I was nice in that chat. And I was like, hi, I've been doing this for a while. I would get an oil-based paint pen, have them sign it, and leave it the crap alone after that. Don't put anything over it. If you want to keep it until the end of time, maybe get a display case.
Mm.
But don't shellac it.
You don't want to be touching it a lot after you get it signed, regardless of what it is.
Can I go get some polyurethane? I mean,
Yeah.
Anyway, it's about the time right
In a
now.
rush.
It's about that time right now. So, Jeff, do you want to put the timer up?
The timestamp is good to go, and the countdown shall begin right now.
This is what I love about these watch-alongs is the theme music like 4 times a night. Friendship shows us who we really are, and 4 fortune cookies.
Oh yes, ooh, and some amazing space battles.
Yes, on Naboo.
Pew pews. Ooh.
So our friends over at East Coast Collectors just announced that they're doing a signing with Aiden Barton, who played both Leia and Luke, the babies, in the last scene of Sith.
Oh wow.
Wow.
It's their
So
first
they're-
signing ever.
At 13 years old or something? No. 18 years old?
I'll say 18 years old, yeah, because it's been 20 since Clones.
Right. 18 years old.
But that's an intriguing like signing right there. Not that I'm actually thinking about doing it, but I'm like, wow, that's. Though I have to say, I did do young Oscar from Ghostbusters 2. I did do a signing with him, but
Yeah.
it's Ghostbusters versus. But now I'm like, oh, now do I have to get every Luke and Leia? Son of a bitch.
Yes. Now you have to. Them all. Gotta catch them all.
Yes, they're not poke you, and they're charging only $35.
Well, there you go.
Cool.
Now I'm like, son of a. But yes,
Sorry.
So
If
here
you-
we go in the Clone Wars. The classic is politics, 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 politics.
hey, there's no politics in Star Wars.
Uh-huh.
There's only
Okay.
politics in Star Wars? Is that what you meant to say?
Yeah, that's exactly what I said.
And then here's like, I telling you, the more and more you see and you watch is how Ahsoka can have or could have had an influence on so many things in the Star Wars universe, is how close she is here with Padme and Anakin. She knew. She knew. She knew.
Aware of that stuff.
Oh, absolutely new. And but also, I saw this today. Really, really intriguing. Chattanooga, Tennessee. There's going to be a Comic-Con that's going to have Emily, James Earl Taylor, and Anna Graves.
And it's the same weekend where it skips, isn't it?
Probably. So you can get Obi-Wan 17 at the same time.
Wow. That's
cool.
Where was I? I was going somewhere. Oh, so if you want to talk more about the importance of that, is this weekend coming up, Gio and I have an episode of the Unifying Force where we're discussing what if Ahsoka had stayed in the Jedi Order. And what if that had happened beyond Order 66, or what would have happened during Order 66, and a lot of different what ifs there. And we go down some rabbit holes, so stick with us for like the second half of the show, because the first half of the show, the rabbit hole gets deep.
How many squirrels did you see?
We chased a lot of squirrels. We chased a lot of squirrels into the black darkness.
Into the void.
Indeed.
But look at this. Is I love, again, we constantly talk about how this goes, is the animation, the running up the ramp right there was way better than what we would have seen earlier.
They've improved exponentially through the seasons. One thing
Hunter.
that bugs me a little bit is them introducing these amazing things, like, besides Ahsoka being a character that should have been somewhere in the live action if she had been a thought at that point, but like the assassin droids, just I want to see live action, more versions of it. Them, didn't we see one of them in one of the shows though? An assassin droid.
Did we see an assassin droid in? I don't remember.
The battle droids. I didn't think we saw assassin droids.
No.
Anyways, we definitely saw battle droids, super battle droids,
and super droidicas.
Yeah, some other interesting droids. All the Chris Bartlett droids, and then some.
I'm going to join the Hutt. I'm not going to be a separatist. I'm not going to be a Norbo. What other option? I'm going to be a Hutt. No.
Yeah, it's kind of an odd choice.
You have an angsty teen with a blaster. That's not good.
Do it with that blaster.
Uh-oh. Nope.
I'm going to take you home. Tell your mom.
Oh. I would have thought the Force would have a little bit more spidey sense than that.
Yeah, exactly. Something shady's coming up. But
yeah, and R2 ought to be smarter than that too.
Yeah. R2's way more suspicious. Nap time. I think she would have fell out of that chair. It didn't seem like it would support somebody slumped over.
Oh, so here she is, following an Anakin tradition of losing the lightsabers all the time.
Master Obi-Wan's gonna kill me.
Exactly.
Wow.
But now we're on the planet Japan.
In the wintertime. Those are very cherry blossom.
Ruh-roh. Oh, there's your third faction right there. There's the Republic, there's the Separatists, and Mendos.
Hey, I know her.
And I think they talked about this on last night's episode of Daughters of the Galaxy. They were discussing Sabine Wren, and they were talking about the many factions of Mandalore, and this being Death Watch.
Right.
Being led at this point by See, this is the Ahsoka has just Ahsoka has relationships with all of these different people.
Todd, just give her a walk it off.
There you go.
But she's got those big anime doe eyes that just made that I'm the betrothed. Like
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and this is of course the animated and live action Bo-Katan, same person. This is Katie Sackhoff.
They're taking R2.
Carrying R2 away.
See, this is how we always had to transport. There's no droid seats on the land speeder. You just have to like lay him down with no dignity whatsoever.
What's interesting is there's those speeders that were in the first episode of Mando that were droid driven.
Yes.
I wonder if they were incorporated into the vehicle or if that was just a droid socket. Oh no, they're messing with them droids. Mandos don't like droids, huh?
Apparently not.
These Mandos are a bunch of dicks, that's all.
That too.
Yeah, R2 is a little nervous there.
We're getting that feedback loop again from your setup there, Spencer, just so you know.
Feedback? I don't have the computer on.
It's like a weird pulsing noise.
Might be like overhead fan.
Oh, there you go. That's what it is. It sounds like you're in like a techno lounge. Or...
Because I spent a lot of time, in a techno lounge. No, it gets really hot in my office because I have like 2 ring lights and a lighting tree. So I usually put a fan on, so I'm a little cooler.
Yeah, I have 2 fans on. One's behind me, one's over the side.
Yeah, but you also are like in like 130-degree weather right now, so
well, we're not quite that bad.
Oh, what was it that you posted earlier, Jeff? I think it was you that posted the Vizsla figure, pre-Vizsla.
Yeah, it was a live action version of pre-Vizsla in figure form, 6 Black Series size, 6 inch.
Where did that come from?
That was I think Yak Face posted it. But I think I saw it somewhere else too. But Yak Face is a good.
Yeah, I just bring that up because we have all sorts of other crazy Mandos here.
Yep, Yak Face posted it. It says pre-order on Saturday, this Saturday.
Wow.
Black Series pre-Vizsla glam images is what they're calling it because they're all the different shots that they take of the figure and accessories. That helmet is really cool looking.
Yeah, it is.
With the antennae on it.
I just got a notification that an order that I made out in February of the Book of Boba Fett Max Rebo is finally shipping this weekend.
Wow.
Nice.
Well,
it's not as cool as this one.
Jeff, who just hung out with the Boba Fett Max Rebo.
Tamara, the puppeteer for Max Rebo, was at the InfoList party a couple weeks ago, or last week, literally a week ago. That's why I had to leave early last week after Spencer's power went out or whatever happened.
I thought it was also great that all over like the AP of premieres and all that nature, you have like all these actors, listed for various properties, and Jeff Caffrey. Little Eyes, like, I told the Virtual Cantina Network, I'm like, it's okay. I was like, Jeff was like, I don't know why I'm in this picture.
Actually, yeah, I look like I don't know why I'm in this picture, but I was just like, I wanted to get out on the red carpet for sure, and joining that group was a very cool opportunity.
Nice.
Leilani made sure she went through by herself, which was smart because she got some great shots of just her without any watermarks in stupid places or anything like that.
Right.
But
careful not to choke on your stupidity. Yeah. That's a great line. That's a really great line.
Well, this is like what happened here is that they're treating their women as like subserviently. Is this is not common in Mandos, and Bo is not doing that. So
I was gonna say you would think she would be very much against that idea or that practice,
right?
and vocal about it.
I don't know. And there's another woman right there. So I guess it's like the Star Trek, the original series Klingons. There's like multiple classes of the people. There's like warrior Mandos and then subservient Mandos. I don't know. I haven't seen that anywhere else before, I don't think. I mean,
Mandos are known as the intellectual puppets of the Republic.
yeah, no, sure.
I was just paraphrasing from Star Trek 4.
I get you. I get you.
I thought it sounded familiar, but
Yeah, I do like that helmet. That's a helmet that somebody could make. Mark Von Owen.
Mark Van Nolan, who's walking around with the muddy Mando helmet the last couple of days.
he has some very cool helmets at his disposal.
No.
Stabby dabby. Skewered. He's got a lot of antennae on that helmet. Oh, time to torch the town.
Yeah. It's like
This
does he
is a
get
definite
HP?
negative light that's being painted on these Mandos at this particular time. It's interesting to see the sort of changes and stuff that they put them through.
Yeah. Is where Mandos have gone from being the bad guy to being, the hero of the entire series.
Right.
And one of these Mandos has gone to be the hero of an entire series.
The Mando almost of the series. For sure. It's cool to have Jon Favreau's voice in there. Swinging that dark saber. Well, I should take this to Comic Con if I could ever get it on the hook. Dark saber.
Like, uh-oh. No.
I could wear just this on my belt.
Well, look at what we have here.
Ah, yes.
Now, if I only knew where my belt clip for my sabers was.
This is like Toy Story. It's like Sid's room or something. R2's.
Yeah,
Isn't that the spider droid that Nicolas Cage fought in Speed Force? In the Flash movie?
There you go. Yeah.
it's got some kind of little similarities to that droid that attacked Mando, droid guy.
Oh, yeah.
Mando in season 3 that Bo rescued him from. Okay, I need a
Yeah,
beanie.
the more he talks, you can like hear the Favreau-ness.
Yeah. I need a beanie like the kid has with that cool emblem on it.
Gutter is a tool. We're not calling a Mando.
Like, nope. Oh. See, that's what you get for being mean to R2, is he's just gonna go ham.
He
Like,
turns into
we talk about droid. R2 is the OG.
damn 4 heads at once. That was pretty wicked right there.
Yeah.
R2 it was like a Swiss Army knife version.
That's what I was gonna say. He just turned into the Swiss Army knife display and smoking as well.
Yeah. Well, and look at talk about like wielding the dark saber though. Until this moment, which I don't buy, the little kick outside, Ahsoka was kicking his ass.
She just took out 4 dudes at once.
Yeah.
You know.
It's like, this is the moment where if you want to see something where Ahsoka wins the Darksaber and becomes the one true man.
That'd be an interesting what if, like if this
exactly.
Be the true Mandalore. That'd be a trip.
And this is the backstory we haven't gotten in Mando yet. Is that boom?
I'll set you up, son.
Is Bo with these guys is like completely different from
her backstory.
That
her backstory with prior to being
her backstory with Death Watch.
Yeah,
is what has brought her being. I mean, you see, the feed keeps freezing and the sound is spotty tonight. Interesting, Chantel. Is it all of us or
just me?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I didn't want to say it.
No, but I know that I'm the problem. Hi, it's me. But bad pun. I know.
Also, sound is spotty. That's not good. We'll have to look into that.
All of us. That is interesting.
I wonder if it's a settings thing.
I don't know. Anybody else having that problem? I see Chantel is. Anybody else having a problem with the feed here tonight? Sometimes you can check it out. Sometimes it's a Facebook deal. You can always check us out over on the YouTube channel. YouTube tends to go a little bit smoother, but
I've had that problem before. So
interesting. Times that we're talking where there's no sound. Like I said, if anybody else has that problem, speak up, let us know, or flip over to YouTube and see what you can see.
See if that improves it. But yeah, so far you're the only one that's saying they have their problem, unfortunately. So it could be on your end. Sherry says there's glitches every now and then, but that seems more like the norm, I think, where it's a little choppy here and there. I think we need to investigate our settings a little bit more and make sure we stick to a standard.
Right.
If Ahsoka turns to him right now and says, "I always shall be your friend," like,
be careful.
Oh no.
Nah.
Friends don't let friends hawk the track.
That sounds kind of familiar.
Too late. Dun 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 dun. All right. 1 episode down. Only 80 more to go tonight.
Yes. Well, that was another great episode. It was directed by Dave Filoni, which actually was kind of cool. Let's see who Katie's in there. Phil Lamar, who's another friend of Jeff's.
Got to hang out. Well, not hang out, but be within feet of him hanging out with other people and then get a photo with him before he took off from the party.
Yes.
Which very nice. I'm glad I was able to do that. So when I saw his name on the party list,
I've been giving Leilani a lot of crap for hanging out with Roddenberry. Because she's like, "Oh, Spencer's such the Star Trek fan." I'm like, "Oh yeah, do you know who his relative is?"
No. Is I would not discourage that at all. I want Leilani on the track. Let's go.
Oh, I'm not discouraging that, but people say me crap for being on the trek, and she's one of them, and she's hanging out with Gene Roddenberry's aunt, lineage right there. Yeah. So do we want to go direct in?
No, because everybody's thing flips at different times.
I had to skip or stop mine because
All right, so why don't we just do a traditional, actually, a 3 second countdown, just regular with that,
Nope.
since it's right there. So we're gonna go in
Wait, hold
three,
Okay, go ahead.
3, 2, 1. Episode 15.
Whoops. Dang it.
Hope everybody's ready. Oh, Jeff has almost got the timer caught up.
It's good now.
All warfare is based on deception. If that isn't like a rule of if that's not like a Mandalorian rule, I don't know what is.
Mhm. These prisons are a trip.
Oh yeah. That's the stylized animation of the whole deal there.
Mm-hmm.
So this one is not directed by Dave. This is directed by Kyle Dunleavy.
Sorry.
Oh,
I gotta cover the camera for a second, but I am still here. I'm still watching.
Okay.
I'm still talking.
see, that was the one that was where the meme was possibly there. Is we would think that, or would you rather train younglings? Are you crazy? I'd probably kill them. See, that's what I was expecting.
Foreshadowing.
Yes.
Definite foreshadowing. I like how Spencer uses translucent Post-its or whatever so we can still sort of see him. There he is.
Yes, it's like that silhouette dancing behind the screen there.
Yeah. It's like one of those old-time burlesque shows. Or some kind of shadow puppet.
It's honestly, it's just a piece of Scotch tape.
No,
well, maybe one should use electrical tape.
yeah, there you go.
Well, I have painter's tape here too.
So that would work. It'd be a little bit.
I keep a thing of painter's tape and Post-its in my con bag.
Oh, that's good.
Spencer's red light district.
Yeah, that's it.
Uh-oh, Obi-Wan's down.
Another happy landing.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
You just dropped a Coke and it sprayed all over the place. What's up with that?
Speaking of Coke spraying all over the place, did everybody see there's an autograph signing and meet and greet in Miami with Al Pacino?
Oh, wow.
Okay, that was what I wasn't sure where you were going there.
That was a weird segue.
That makes sense.
I totally went there.
Anyways,
Because our lawyer Tony had said to me, he's like, how do I, if I was going to go, how do I Spencerize my photo op? I said, this is how you do it. You wear a black dress shirt and put baby powder residue on your shirt.
No.
you bring a giant machine gun and say hello to my little friend.
Exactly. You just need you wear the black shirt, but you need to like go to Goodwill and get a white suit jacket.
Work coat,
and the black shirt should say hello to my little friend, and just like
there you go. You could have a little Al Pacino doll in your pocket, and that could be your little friend.
So
But
here we are.
But you're not gonna. You don't want Coke residue.
Yeah, well, just might as well just put that on your nose.
Oh,
Just
look at there.
We said Pacino, not Pfeiffer.
Talking snakes.
Uh-oh, what's going on here? That's freaky.
Yeah, they need to get that at Oga's. Let's get an animatronic snake bartender.
Is it a parcel tongue?
Mixing your metaphors. That's gonna
I
get
may
you.
always say, well, friends will let friends watch Potter.
Harry Potter sucks. Oh no, that's not the line. I'm supposed to say the F word. Anyways.
There you go.
It's an interesting droid. Nope. That was my funeral.
Yeah, like what do you mean? You're like, they burn those people. How did that go down? Like,
Found some unfortunate soul to replace him.
and see, this kind of thing right here is what pushed Anakin to the dark side.
Mm-hmm.
Little crap, like, okay, how PO'd and crazy he got down there. You guys just poke the bear and
Yep.
I thought it was Padme dying of sadness.
But see, Padme wouldn't have died of sadness if he hadn't already gone over there.
Is he using a Flowbee on Obi-Wan right now?
Yeah, exactly. That's what it looked like. It's like you're cutting his hair with a vacuum cleaner or something.
Yep.
It's a suck cut from Wayne's World.
A Flowbee.
Well, that's a Flowbee. They just had to call it that because they'd get sued.
Why is there a Flowbee equivalent out these days? You'd think with all the seen on TV things. He does not look like Obi-Wan now. He doesn't even look like Corky Kryze.
You know what he looks like? He looks like Ewan McGregor's character from Train Spotting.
That's what I was about to say, is you get down there and when they remove the stylized beard thing and this model looks like Ewan McGregor.
I wonder if that's how they did it. This is a pretty invasive outpatient procedure.
Yeah. Oh, it's Face Off. This is really Nicolas Cage.
Yeah. That's pretty hardcore, though. Poke you in the neck and make you look completely different. Change your facial structure. So Kuehl's sitting at the bar next.
Or remember the movie Inner Space?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
When Martin Short becomes a coward.
That?
Yeah. That was a great movie.
Yes.
Talking about 80s movies that were like, great when we were kids, and now you watch them and they're like, well, they're still great, but they would not do anything for you now.
Well, there's so much other stuff that you find out from a movie that you watched as a kid that you didn't pick up on, and you're like,
oh
what?
yeah, different levels of.
Well, like the kind of PG-13ness of Goonies,
right?
Is the fact that Bo and Luke cuss all the time in the Dukes of Hazzard, and you're like, what? This was a kid's show. No, and the fact that they're running moonshine.
Yeah, it's a very shady kind of business they are in. There's a reason why law enforcement's trying to get them, because they're just
and I mean, granted, it was because the law enforcement and the government was corrupt, but they're still running illegal alcohol,
shooting dynamite tipped arrows and doing shady ass jumps across every open cavern in the county.
Yeah.
But I would think the amount of dynamite they blew up would
well, I mean, that's the whole level of thing there. That's what made it a fun show as a kid. These guys are like jumping into the windows of cars. They're skidding around everywhere. They're driving a fast car. They're shooting bows and arrows, and they have easy access to dynamite.
Yeah, I got a hot cousin.
Yes.
That too.
I think I was young enough that didn't. It was, we were a few seasons in before that kicked in. It's like,
yeah. It was later on when you revisited Dukes of Hazzard reruns where you're like, oh,
you're like, wait a minute.
Yes,
exactly. What was that he just swallowed? Some kind of weird nanobot spider thing.
It's a voice modulator.
Oh, that's right. He's gonna.
Yeah, it makes his. Yeah. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Is you just drove Anakin on a killing spree further to the dark side here.
Right. I love how puppet-like that snake thing was. It was totally like somebody's arm was operating the head. Let me speak.
See, that's the level of thing. is you guys should know this, and the Jedi Master should have been a little bit more careful because this whole episode is like Anakin could have just killed Obi-Wan right there.
There was any kind of like slight overreaction on Anakin's part.
Yeah, he could have walked in the door and like sliced him in half and wait, that was Obi-Wan.
We're talking about Anakin here. There is no overreaction about anything. He's level-headed.
Oh yes.
Yeah. That's the Morgan Freeman meme. It's like it turned out Anakin was in fact a problem.
Ooh, look at that.
Oh, look at there. Here's your Guardians of the Galaxy prison scene. See, this would have been cool if they had like the Narkina 5 outfits back then. You know what I'm saying? If
Well, that information would have been useful to them today.
in a throwback to something that happened in the Clone Wars, that'd have been kick-ass.
Yeah, these are very much like standard orange prison jumpsuit like idea which was good that they kind of strayed away from for Andor. But yeah, if they had done it prior, look at that. Is that Killer Croc or some?
That's what's his name? There's a shark in the flag.
Yeah, King Shark.
King Shark.
Yep. Ooh. King Shark.
Oh. Yeah. Can't do that with a spork on Batu. That's why they give you sporks.
That was actually the reason why they gave you sports.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's all.
Did he take the fork with him?
I probably did.
He pulled it out. I didn't see him do anything with it. Like his little first day in prison, walk up to the biggest guy and punch him in the face kind of move. Except for the guy came to him and he got to stab him in the hand.
Yeah. Oh, revenge.
But yeah, speaking of sporks on Batu, they currently sell. They don't give it to you when you order food, but they sell a cutlery set, which is kind of much more sort of an issue, I would say, if it came to doing like things like that.
Yeah, I haven't seen the new stuff in person. I haven't been to a park since they came out with those.
It's in here somewhere. I don't know where I put it, but they're kind of cool looking. They got trippy little kind of glyphs and stuff on them. And they're, I guess they can kind of are, they're otherworldly sort of, so they sort of accent the spork, but they're definitely not the same design. They're more kind of shiny. Wow.
There you go.
I love the marking little hatchet marks on the wall. What the heck are you doing, laddie? I'm gonna mute you.
Uh-oh.
What happened?
There's your Cad Bane. You go for your classic bad guy from the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Goon.
You still making noise, Spencer?
What's that?
I muted you for a second because you were loud.
I was loud?
You were doing something that sounded very squeaky loud to me.
Okay.
I muted you and it went away, and now it's gone. So, yep, Cad Bane.
Yep. Yeah, so, he, of course, goes to do major things later. So, Lanny, we are on season 4, episode 15. 15. Yep. We're probably a few seconds ahead of Jeff's counter there at 14:05 into the episode.
That's a rough estimation down there. So, yeah.
Rough.
We're in the prison. They're working out.
Yeah, they're working out in prisons. Like,
so they might have taken some of the design elements from these prison jumpsuits, like the There's writing down the arm on his left arm there.
Yeah.
I think there's something like that on the Andor ones. I know there's deco and stuff that, and they do that. They have incorporated the orange idea, but it's so much less than like these style,
Right.
just accents. So
Oh, see, yeah. So they know Cad Bane's in there, and they're like, "Oh yeah, but he let us capture him to." Yeah.
yeah,
The Jedi get played way too easily.
yeah. You think that kind of would at least kind of raise a little bit more of a suspicion amongst somebody who's supposed to be sensitive and that kind of thing, and a group especially that's supposed to be sensitive. And that kind of thing.
Right.
But it's weird to me seeing Cad Bane in without his hat on. He really needs his hat.
Oh, looky there. It's big time.
Mm-hmm. Is that Boba?
That is Daniel Logan as Boba
That's
Fett.
This is a
He is just
variation.
like full of himself as ever. Boba Fett is like, let's just take on the big dude. Let go.
Is this? Does he look like Kratos from God of War?
A little bit, just with the facial thing, but
Uh-oh. Nope. Clank.
uh-oh, Boba's got backup.
Oh, so is that oh, can't
Boss?
think of it. Yeah.
Yes, it is Boss. I think one of the Rhodians is Greedo too, but I'm not sure.
It's a small world after all.
Boss
Oh yeah, there we go. Is I was looking at a screen that didn't list, it listed all the voice actors, but it didn't list all of their voices. So that is D. Bradley Baker as Bosk.
That makes sense.
We need Rocket in there saying, "I need that guy's leg."
I need that guy's eye. It's like no. I need that guy's voice modulating box.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll get that. Oh, I'll get that arm.
Cad Bane, medical droid.
But speaking of obscure con people, Triumph the dog.
Funny that came up as him being a guest like the other day, because he's been added, I think, recently to an event here that a friend of mine runs. It's called the Comedy and Pole Show here in LA, or Comedy Pole Show, and so they do pole dancing and comedy kind of together. But this week, coming up on Monday, which I might actually go to, we'll see. Sarah Silverman and Triumph the Insult Comic Dog and a couple other notable people, comedians specifically, will be.
So it's good. So, like your pole dancing is good for me to poop on. Like
There you go.
So do they do the comedy before or during? Is it like MST3K
I've never been.
and pole dancing?
I think it's
that'll be
interspersed.
like us. That'll be the three of us sitting there and doing that.
It's
I'm
like
all about
there's
it,
a
so.
booth with Sarah Silverman and Triumph, and people are performing, and they're
No, I think it's sort of one at a time.
okay. That's maybe makes.
I wonder what he's gonna charge to do people's like voicemails. Could you imagine? Like, yeah, I keyed.
I think the standard for that's what, like $100. I think a lot of the voice actors it's
Unless you're John Knotman and talking to Billy D.
Yeah.
Let's see.
It's complimentary. Could be like a cameo. you got somebody to say a specific thing on a cameo, you could use that as like a answer machine message.
I actually think I do have a Wesley Funko,
Uh-oh.
Harry Yules, because he did Boss. So it's funny.
Oh,
So
the Princess Bride Funkos are rare. Some of them, they're
Yeah.
pricey.
so when he did it, he was the first person who basically tarped at a FedEx with Boston, tarped off his autograph table.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't see
So
him.
you didn't see him, but it's funny because it was the first time ever that they did a panel for Back to the Future. They actually did in Boston first before they went on the circuit.
Mhm.
And also sitting there with someone who I went to college with. We're sitting in the back row. We got tickets for it. And a guy walks up from the back of the makeshift theater to go say hi to everybody on stage and comes back. And then we looked at each other like, wait, is that Paul Bettany? No, it was Carrie Yules. They dress alike now. It was just rather random.
Oh, Lanning says that Sam Witwer has a cameo where you can get him to go ahead and do those quotes and voicemails. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Cameos.
Lanny, are you going to come visit us when we're in California next year?
There you go. I'm sitting over here looking to see if I can find a voice actor that has a price listed for a recording.
Hmm.
There you go. Lanny's like, we're there.
Fantastic.
But anyway, I stumbled across this one that the voice of Ash Ketchum, she has prices based on every different kind of thing that you're imagine. There's a price for an autograph on an 8x10, a combo on a standard Funko, a large Funko, on a common Pokemon card, an uncommon Pokemon card, a rare or an ultra rare Pokemon card. Different tiers of autographs there.
That's a trip. How much are the price differences for the different Pokemon cards?
Like $50. It's like on an a common is 50, an uncommon is 100, rare is 150, and ultra rare is 2.
Wow.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I guess that's expected to raise the price exponentially.
It is. And it's sad that we have to do that because they're reselling those.
Right. So they charge accordingly.
Yeah, I'm trying to find somebody else that has like a pricing for what the voice.
Let me check Dora the Explorer, who's going to be in Boston.
Mm-hmm.
I want my voicemail message to be Dora.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, I'm looking at, and there's like, what is there? It's a different thing. There's a celebrity experience I think you can get for ones of these people.
Yeah, they're not showing anything more than her photo op price, which is what they do with like Ashley and James and all those.
Yeah.
Did we stop for the next episode?
We are stopped and ready for the next episode. So while we're going, everybody, let's go ahead and get ready for 16. And we'll continue the discussion of the silliness while we're doing that. We're looking for friends and enemies. Obi-Wan is still disguised and being hunted down. And like I said, he was so lucky that Anakin just didn't kill him.
So episode 16, I'm gonna play the video because I like to hear the thing go wah, wah, wah. Here it goes.
Okay.
Dun, 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 dun.
Okay, they quietly added Peter Weller to Boston.
Oh wow. Can
So at GalaxyCon, I finally found out it's a celebrity experience you can get with like Peter Cullen, the voice of Optimus Prime.
Nice.
Yeah.
But it's got a lot of other things in it. It's $2.99, but you get guaranteed seating at the Transformers Q&A. Nice.
Oh, that's cool.
An autograph, which is I think it's like a $60 or $80 autograph, a selfie, and the rare voice recording.
Oh, nice. See, that's
So-
like the selfie and or the voice recording would be the things that I would.
So would you have your Autobots roll
Autobot.
out as your voicemail?
I think I'd try and make people that are of a similar age to me cry and have him do the speech that it will light your darkest hour.
He was dying.
The one that the speech he gives when he's dying.
Yeah, I got
Matrix
that.
of leadership.
I
So
would
like
have
that,
him say,
that meme that we got last week is that every year Optimus Prime died for your sins.
on Prime Day. You don't think about him on Prime Day. I would get him to recreate something that one of the cast members at Universal Studios said to me when I was in the park with my nephew and his wife and daughter. We did the little meet and greet with Optimus and Bumblebee, and Optimus, as I approached to get my photo taken, said, "The silver-haired goat has returned." And then some other things, but I have the video somewhere which I
That's
share.
true. Awesome. Sure.
I can, but it was a classic line. It made me crack up. It kind of tripped me out when he said it too. You can see in the video my reaction. But here we go. Let's crash the ship. We're good to go.
They need Miggs Mayfield to show up here.
Yeah, see, there's so much fun stuff that it would be fun to like put back in. Like, you know, the Dave and the people that are doing the Clone Wars aren't George. You know, George would have gone back and like had them being wearing the Narkina 5 uniforms. Like,
Yeah.
nope, I'm sorry, we've got to go and make Clone Wars the special edition. You guys need to redo that entire.
Was it in Clone Wars or Rebels that we actually saw? No. It was Resistance. We saw Matt, the radar technician's outfit, showing up in Resistance, making Matt canon.
Yeah,
Right.
you saw that because I did not see Resistance. You saw.
I watched Resistance a bit. I don't think I finished it. I think I got a few episodes in. It was like,
Yeah,
I watched
Matt,
like maybe 3 or 4 episodes.
so Saturday Night Live is canon.
that was some great
Well,
production.
that's Indy's hat. That is Indy's freaking hat right there.
He's playing with it.
Yes. So I mean, this is going to be a topic of the unifying force at some point. Is the level of that Indiana Jones is in the same universe as Star Wars,
right?
Completely, because the Shankara stones are in Andor.
Yeah.
You know, C-3PO
Fertility
and
God
in Raiders.
Fertility God is in Solo.
Yeah, Fertility God, the idol from Temple of Doom is in Solo, as well as something that is suspiciously like a crystal skull.
Yeah.
I was just about to say that.
It's a crystal skull, but what species it is
questionable. Yes.
Could we also say that E.T. is part of the same universe?
Well, he is, or his brethren were in, was that episode 1 or 2 or 3? 1. Probably
Okay.
1, right? It was the Senate stuff, anyways.
So
you see how huge those freaking Gamorrean guards are?
Who does that make? Uncle Harry is Auntie Anna Joe. Oh,
yes,
that's funny. Lanny is asking the question: is should I watch Resistance?
I would say the last
6.5 years old.
Yeah, see, maybe we'll
The last episode of season 1 actually links up very nicely to Force Awakens.
Okay, so let me go back and go. I will reserve my judgment as to whether or not you should watch Resistance because I have not managed to make it through Resistance. So
Watch the final episode of season 1. That might be all you might need to watch.
Well, you could start with the first episode, and if you don't like it, then jump to the final episode.
Hey, Figure Dan.
woo.
That is a weird. That is weird. I was looking at my Dark Saber, the $40 Shop Disney one that I got at the Trading Post on Downtown Disney, and it's got sort of icons or stuff molded into the hilt.
Yeah.
It's got like on and off designations, which makes sense. Different like icons for that and for the demo mode. But then on the other side, it has like the CE thing that they put on electronics, and then down here it's got two little icons that show a trash can crossed out, like you're not supposed to throw it away because it's got batteries.
Oh yeah, it's like lithium batteries or something in it.
It's the weirdest thing to like mold into the hilt.
No, they're harbulary batteries.
Bzz, bzz.
Oh,
yeah. Obi-Wan's taking a beat.
What do you got there, Spencer?
What do you mean?
Oh, that's your hand. I thought you had something like under your chin.
No, that's my hand.
Yeah. At first, it looked like a cat.
My cat's in the other room.
Your cat's also a different color.
Yeah, that's true.
So here we go. Here's the question from Hunter. What does everyone think of the new Ahsoka trailer?
So I love the trailer, but I'm nervous that the trailer is going to be better than the show.
Ooh, that's a
yeah. Well,
that's a fair point. That trailer has no business being as good as it is.
Yeah, it is pretty good. And it does bring things to light that we hadn't seen before, or more in depth than what we'd seen, which is kind of cool. But the likelihood is that everything we've seen in that trailer happens in the first 4 episodes or something. First 6 episodes, 5 episodes. Anyways, first half of the season.
And also, we saw most of that trailer. They added more scenes, but we saw most of that trailer in Celebration. Most of that was the director's cut trailer that we saw in London.
Okay,
Yeah, that's what I figured.
You.
Yeah, you.
Not
that wasn't
we.
in line. That you could, if you found a bootleg, it wasn't going to be up long. But yeah, having it officially released in its full glory was kind of cool, though.
Like that facial shot of Thrawn was the exact shot that we got in London.
Yep, and that was the one that
I got in London. Happy Dave.
There you go.
Chunk. That's a trippy helmet with that. The eyepieces.
Yeah, those are some big dudes.
Big old chunk.
Those are like classic Gamorrean guards, but double
Those
size.
Those are like Gamorrean huts.
Yeah,
they're.
And this guy with this helmet on looks like I don't know. He almost looks like the hip hop trooper or something because that braid thing on there kind of looks like
he's got a very tough vibe.
But he's got the viewer from like a Mandalorian helmet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that little rangefinder.
Yeah.
Well, there are rangefinders on clone trooper helmets as well.
There's some clone trooper helmets that look awfully Mandalorian as well.
Furpak.
The tape returns. Uh-oh. That's time he's leaving.
Uh-oh. Do not trust you to control your feelings.
You think you'd get really bad vibes from this room just in general, from all the shit that goes down in there. Or has gone down in there. But, you know, he doesn't pick up on all that stuff that good. Rebel trooper.
I can't help but see Clone Wars Palpatine as Count Olaf.
His hair is very Count Olaf.
What's going on, Blake? It looks particularly like the Neil Patrick Harris version.
That's what I mean. It's funny because I actually used stills of Neil Patrick Harris as Count Olaf from Lemony Snicket. It was on Netflix, and some other photos as reference for when I got my I got somebody to sort of style my Rick Solo wig.
Mm-hmm.
So it borrowed a little bit from Count Olaf.
Nice.
I need to have it redone, make it more kind of closer to Rick style, but then also sort of a swooped back thing. Anyways, more evolution of the cosplay needs to happen.
Well, that's an interesting thing to know where you have to just be able to see, because you've got to show someone like a real life version as opposed to the animated that you can't necessarily particularly do.
Right.
All the hammerheads.
You hear that? Bloop, bloop, bloop.
Bloop, bloop, yeah.
Then it stops. All right. Unmute.
And then see, this is what we missed. I mean, it would have been fun and funny, but this is what we missed with live action Cad Bane is the ridiculously huge hat.
Yeah, the oversized hat, not just. That's why he picks up indies, and indies would be big, but you know his is massive.
Right.
Well, Dave, it's like when you met Dorian last year, even he sat there with an extra large hat at his table, and he has 6-shooter in his next to him as well. So,
I mean, it could have been done. It
Right.
might have ended up being played for laughs a little bit much, but it could have been done.
Wow. Force those big chunkers around. It's weird seeing a droid as a bartender here. Or is he just...
considering the fact also, if you think about what turned the Mos Eisley's bar in Mandalorian.
Well, yeah, it kind of flipped.
And again, here's it's force push, good side, force choke. Push good.
Or is he pulling a Magneto and getting the fillings out like he did in Days of Future Past?
Like he's getting really close to you. I was sitting there watching the hand, and he did this clearly when he came in, but when he's lifting him up, it's this.
It's definitely more aggressive in terms of his stance, his hand movement.
Maybe they did try the hat, and the hat was too much, but. It's the same kind of thing with Ahsoka's Montrails is you know.
Yeah, they kind of.
They said we had to have them small so they can do the stunts, but they should have been like.
Quick shout out to friend of the group, TC Carson, who does the voice of Mace Windu.
Mm.
When exactly did that? He did that for most of, but not all of the Clone Wars. Was there?
So Sam initially did
Yeah.
Clone Wars. And then, so when I met up with TC at Contopolis, he said to me initially they brought him in to be a voice match for Sam.
Mm-hmm.
And then as the seasons went on, started making this more of his own spin once it was established.
And I think that's a really cool thing about a lot of the Clone Wars, because I've heard that exact same thing for Matt Lanter. I've heard that exact same thing for James Arnold Taylor. You know, and even as we go into Rebels for Stephen Stanton, is
Right.
that, you know, you're taking elements of certain other actors' performances, but it really does become your own separate thing.
When did they figure Dan becomes such a hard ass?
Gotta get paid.
Well, this ship here, isn't this really similar to the ship that was just released for the Ahsoka Legos?
Hmm. It does kind of have that similar look.
With a confirmation of Jason Sandula.
Yeah, that photo.
I don't know how you can read that little bit. I zoomed in a lot. And
I saw it clearly said.
Oh yeah, it was some little squiggles that were the same like shape as Jason.
Did you just do your Kenneth Jong imitation of him with a little piece of paper?
Yeah, I was looking at it. This is like, no.
I want to give a quick shout out also to our member Jackie Bruce, who it's going to be her first time running Fan Expo Chicago, and she's got 1.5 feet with her lineup, and she's going like a trooper.
I want to go to that. I found out that we're in Indiana the weekend before, not that weekend, and I was like, crap.
The weekend we were in Boston, when I was trying to get you going to Boston.
Yeah, I mean, because that's the same weekend that there's that con. That is an interesting con too in Flint, Michigan, I think. But there's I'd like to do that too, but it's only a couple of characters there for that because it's a much smaller con. I think 6 people, but it does have Sergeant Slaughter,
right,
and Mara Jade.
Oh, nice.
So I'm looking at it right now. Like, for example, they have if you want to get everybody from Vacation, which they have Chevy Chase, Randy Quaid, Chrissy Brinkley, Anthony Michael Hall, and Dana Barron for $465.
Yeah, you're just missing Beverly D'Angelo, and if you're crazy about getting your thing, you've got to get all the kids,
right?
The variation,
like Johnny Galecki and.
Well, there was a con that had everybody but Johnny, and they did a photo op with Beverly and they even had Juliette Lewis and Ethan Embry.
Cool.
But they have a photo op, obviously, with the Young Guns. They actually have one with Keith Sutherland, Lou Diamond Phillips, and Jason Patrick. I mean Dermot, which is pretty cool.
Look at that. Oh, see, right there. That could have been it right there.
Yeah.
And Obi-Wan's committed. He didn't go like Anakin.
Yeah. Like maybe he might have had to use like a force move on him if it came down to it.
Ooh, and here's a trio photo op that Dave would have liked. Tom Cavanaugh, Danielle Pan-Baker, and Carlos Valendes.
Yeah, that would be a really nice one to put on the same piece that I'm going to get Grant Gustin to sign.
And I have, not only do I have the Killer Frost Pop, but I have Cisco and I have Vibe.
Wouldn't he get some kind of?
Oh, see, there you go. He
beat up by this guy.
Forced him there. And then you can get like an entire Back to the Future cast piece.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Mia Savino, which I was talking about the other night, that I would totally get her to put it on a poster.
This guy carries that gun around a lot. Has he even used it?
Yeah. I don't particularly think that Cad Bane could have taken out Ahsoka.
Is Ahsoka wearing ripped jeans?
He held himself against Anakin amazingly. Anakin should have popped one of those blaster bolts right back in his face.
Yeah.
Especially at that range.
Oh, he figured it out now.
I got it.
Okay, so he didn't figure it out. Like, nope, still Anakin being a dumbass. It's like, nope. I just touched Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan just used the Force on me.
He just kicked his ass and choked him out.
Well, there we go. It's another incredible episode of the Clone Wars. We're going to take a quick pause before we go to episode 18, just to plug a couple of things. First and foremost, we have a really great episode of Unified Forces Week. Dave, why don't you plug that quickly?
Oh yeah, the Unifying Force this weekend on Sunday it's just going to be me and Gio this weekend. Kat was unable to join us for the pre-record, but we are continuing the Summer of Snips. We're getting Gio's some backstory on Ahsoka, history and connections to real life. But in the second half of the show, we're doing what if Ahsoka had not left the Jedi Order? How could that have affected Order 66, and what would have happened, and where would she have been, and a lot of things to think about there.
Excellent. Also want to plug the fact that next week is going to be your last chance to purchase a jersey. So if you're interested in our jerseys, which they are shipping, these boxes 1 and 2 are already out. I have mine. Jeff's is on the way. Dave received his today. They're awesome, and they're great for summer cons and fall cons. So consider getting that. Also, we released an incredible T-shirt line for the Daughters of the Galaxy last night, which ties in directly into the Ahsoka show. And one person actually commented on your Ron Burgundy Sabine shirt of "I am no Jedi."
Somebody asked earlier what we thought about the trailer. There's a couple of nods right there in that collection.
Yes, because Hera. What would Hera do? That was directly in the trailer. Yes. Anyway, but also want to plug the fact that Jeff and Corinne are running a great meetup tomorrow night at the West Lobby Bar, is it called? Or the
Social Bar, I think it's called, at the Omni Hotel.
Yeah. So take a look there. It should be a good lineup there. There's a lot of great people going to be in the area. You never know who's going to show up. And that's one of the great things about a Virtual Cantina meetup or event. You never know who's going to show up at any particular time. So
last time you were talking about the Rhode Island meetup earlier, is where I met young Cassian, Antonio, for the first time.
Yeah, that's right. You guys got to hang out with him.
So And you never know. And I know that his agent is bringing other members to Rhode Island, so you never know who might show up after that. Um, but yeah, if you're roaming the floor tomorrow at San Diego, be on the lookout for Jeff, and also check out booth 4049, which is the Due Novo booth with Mark Bonolin.
Here's
And
the
send us
info
actual. There you go.
for our meetup. Here's the specifics. So tomorrow at San Diego Comic Con, after most of everything is broken down, after the Skywalker's trivia. So make sure you check that out too. And we'll be hanging out in the bar for a little while, and then we'll probably all jet off to a party or something, or bed or something. It will be late.
But one of our members and friend of the group, DJ Elliott, is going to be hosting most of the after hours events. So
he's working right now, probably.
He's working right now. Or at one time, before he really became DJ Elliott around the Star Wars circuit, he was actually DJ Lobot. Which makes perfect sense, actually, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I can see that. That will work.
We're gonna hopefully stop in on Monsters Ball tomorrow night after the meetup and see what XLE has got going on. They do some amazing events and installations and things. So hopefully that party will be cool. Amanda from the group is going to be there. She's a stage manager for the shows this weekend.
Yeah, Amanda's a great girl. We spent some time with her in London. She went on the Hogwarts tour with us, and she was at Bunta. Also, I know friends of the group, Brian Romero, who was a huge High Republic fan, and a good friend of mine, Mary Carr, is going to be there as well, who is part of the extended Mando family. So look out for our members. You never know who you might run into. Some great stuff there. The Lego
on the floor in San Diego. Get us an actual picture of the HasLab.
Yes,
one we can trust.
You see a lot of that.
Do you see the Lego Blockbuster?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I got to go over there and see what they have to offer. At least get some photos. They did a real, not yet, like Blockbuster pop up for a while here in LA that I missed out on. But
are you doing movies this year or taking the year off?
Nah, I might go down there, but I doubt it. I've been to movies enough, I think. I don't think it would be that different. If I was really into one of their like events that was something, out of the ordinary, maybe I would have tried to do that. But since I'm only there one day, it's kind of hard to catch all the different stuff. And, so we'll see how much stuff we actually do see, and hopefully we hit a few marks along the way.
Absolutely. But thank you all for who are still here with us watching the show. This has been actually some really, really awesome episodes that we've been watching. And we're about to watch episode 18. So one more time for the night. Jeff, do you want to
Here we go.
do the honor?
Done.
Fortune.
I just want to plug this. I was able to, when I went to, I found a copy of one of the artists from the High Republic is going to be at Fan Expo Boston, and I found the anthology that they were the inker for. They have the full version of Hidden Empire now as an anthology.
So we missed that episode where they had to do that weird game thing.
Yeah.
In that training room type, sort of like the clone troopers went through, but
I'm telling you though, is the collar on Obi-Wan's like neck thing there, it just looks like he's wearing a gold chain, and the sunglass vibes of that visor.
Right. He does kind of have that, yeah.
Oh, and here we got Shakti. This is what older Ahsoka's Montrails should look like.
Yeah, well, whatever. It's all stylized. I can never get over Yoda's teeth. But, yeah. They're just so pronounced.
Oh, so we missed the part. We didn't watch the part, apparently, that Anakin finally figured it out.
Right.
In the
That's
last episode. We
step
skipped
in
over
between. Yep. A lot of stuff happened in the last episode that we missed, but now we can move forward.
But it's Summer of Snips. We're here to see, Snips and what Ahsoka does, and not
Yeah, it's
just
more about
every
Ahsoka
single
than it is.
episode of the Clone Wars ever.
It's not about Anakin. Dun, dun.
There
He
you go.
screws on his hat.
Also, I just want to plug the fact that the Ballad of Bo-Katan poster
Yeah, it looks
by
pretty
Joe
sick.
Peroni is fantastic. I just ordered it. It was $20.
Yep.
We had Joe sign in Boston.
Is that like it's a con online exclusive or something, isn't it?
Yeah, because does Joe not have any of those in person? Because he's in San Diego.
No. He basically made 4 Trends, and Trends is selling it.
Ah.
But it already shipped. Like, I ordered it yesterday morning, and it shipped last night. So I'm gonna have it in time for Boston.
Excellent. And I'm just saying that for those of you that don't know, there's a lot of other stuff, like obscure Joe Caroni stuff, that you could get signed as well. I have been thumbing through some of my comics and find like G.I. Joe art pieces in there that are his.
That mushroom guy weirds me out. 3 eyes and a mushroom head. The other guy's got a mushroom hat, but he doesn't.
Oh, look, they're giving them all PDAs. It's like, are those Apple Newtons? They could be.
They're
Newtons.
Palm Pilots.
Palm Pilot, yes. What was there? There was one, I think it's. Oh, look. Oh, they're giving him a weapon? How uncivilized.
So like CAD with. That's a weird version of that hollow disc thing.
Okay, so if they can do that, why the crap did Obi-Wan have to actually have his body modified?
Invasive surgery.
Yeah.
Stabbed in the neck with a sharp ass thing.
And yeah, but
spiders.
no, we can just give you like portable holograms that you just kind of step into.
Yeah.
Maybe it's that. It's they get like pixelated.
Glitchy. It's glitchy.
Well,
why is he the only one that's doing that? The other guys.
Like, Dooku can't pick up on Obi-Wan.
No.
It's like, I'm pretty sure that is how the Force works.
Obi-Wan is unnoticeable to Anakin, Dooku, anybody. He's extra stealthy right now. The new queen. How many more queens were there? How long is a queen's reign usually? Only a few years, it seems.
Yeah, is I think they're like it's term limits. It's only a few, like 4-year kind of deal thing. I don't know.
When you're demoted to senator,
right? Well, I think she says at one point in one of the movies that when the queen asked her to serve, she couldn't say no. So it's not an
Oh,
automatic thing. Is Padme was asked by the next queen to
she was
serve
retired as queen and then was requested to come back.
Yes, I think that is said in the movie.
Because she knows how to do aggressive negotiations. Some massive.
Sort of like when we went to Buckingham Palace. One of our group of members said, "What actually did the Queen do?" I said, "Well, she queens and vacuums."
Yeah, that's pretty much the way that works. It's a figurehead. I'm thinking that Padme is probably the only queen participating in aggressive negotiations. And the like. I'm thinking the general day-to-day is show up, slave a little bit, nominate somebody
once
to do
they were queen, they wouldn't want them to be put into that position either, because it could be like an issue of some, like, they've kidnapped her before, right?
Right. So, yeah, she's been kidnapped. It's like,
the fact that she's the queen makes that even worse, or was the queen, wasn't currently.
Well, that and yeah, she's a huge security risk. She knows where all the secret tunnels in the palace are.
That too. Yep. She has all that info. And then why didn't she have like a massive security detail of Secret Service? I love they're still using that communicator that's made from the Gillette ladies razor or whatever.
Oh yeah. See, I do like here how you've got, and I guess they do this on purpose, that Reiko Hardin is the guy whose body Obi-Wan is inhabiting, is James Arnold Taylor as well. So if you really listen, you can kind of get that that vibe in there.
Right. C.O. Bibble, that's a good character design. He looks just like him. Maybe a little skinny.
Well, and Jimmy Smith's in this.
Oh, the Jimmy Smith's Bail Organa is spot on. It's weirdly unstylized compared to, like, that's Ian, but it's Ian with like witch makeup on. Giant prosthetic.
It really is.
Wicked Witch of the West nose or something. And then Count Olaf's wig. Look, it's old Obi-Wan.
I mean, it really does look, and that looked like Luke next to him. That looked like Farm Boy Luke next to him.
More of the
nobody noticed that. The whole I just went pixelated for a second.
Yeah, you can see it from all sides. So why didn't the people that are actually looking past him see it out of, like, at least out of the peripheral? That's funny. CG 1984 Stargate.
I just made that up, and that's okay. Huh.
Stargate 1984. SG must be like security or Senate
guard. I don't know.
Senate guard. Something guard. Dun, dun, dun. Is that a drone show or are those fireworks?
I think it's a drone show. Look at all that, like, projecty things.
Definitely looks more like a drone show. Finally get to use one of these big ass guns.
Oh, here we go. Is he gonna do it?
Snipe him. Uh-oh, mushroom dude.
Boom.
Oh no. Uh-oh. Ahsoka's standing in front of the queen. They could still get a headshot in, no problem. She's all short in front of her.
Right, yeah. Nobody.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Slice that shroom. Ooh. Oh no.
Force lightning.
People are manhandling freaking Anakin lately.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
They gave you one shot.
Fooled you.
Yeah.
Again, like, one would really think the Force would tell you that those were not.
These gentlemen are shady. Yes, there you go.
Oh, there you go. And I'm just going to be the Palpatine. And we're just dragging this around.
Knocked out Palpatine around.
It's not the Chancellor. You're being fooled, you doofus.
You'd think he would know. Oh,
That's hilarious. The Chancellor punching Anakin in the face just makes me laugh.
yeah, he's getting more what for from everybody. Something. He's getting slapped around, choked out. Oh, he got his hat on quick.
Oh, you gotta have the hat. That's
Was waiting for him in the speeder. Bye-bye. Get him. It's interesting that they can be at whatever height. They don't have to be on the ground like you saw in the,
Oh, the speeders that you got speeders that are like up around here and speeders that move along the ground, and yeah.
They can be at whatever level, but like you never saw Luke drive his above, 2 feet off the ground.
Right.
Of course, that was based on practical need, but they could have done something and probably would have looked hokey, but back then. But kind of get that vibe from. It's not a speeder, but it's that troop transport that they drive off the base.
Oh yeah, because it goes and then it goes.
Yeah, and that like drops, and then
so there's got to be like different levels of repulsor whatever technology
for whatever. Yeah, for things that hover. Just seems sort of arbitrary.
Oh, now it's Obi-Wan's turn to get worked over again.
So I guess the benefit of his neck injection is that it doesn't just glitch out and give away your identity. It does that later. Spoiler.
Yeah.
Somebody's cooking something really good and it's making me hungry. The fans are sucking the air in, filling my house with the smells of whatever they're cooking.
Here's a question for you.
Yes.
So David Lopez, who is the Star Wars artist that has done a lot of the work for High Republic, is going to be at Boston, and I got the anthology of Trial of the Shadows to get that signed by him.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody knows I'm a huge Kira fan. I just picked up the anthology for Hidden Empire.
Nice.
He did all the variant covers for Hidden Empire. Does that mean that page probably needs to get signed? Or do I try to locate the singular editions that he did the variant covers to get that signed?
That's what I would do, because having something signed on the inside
it's kind of weird.
Is difficult to display. And
it's not like the author that signs it at the beginning of the book.
Well, yeah, I mean, like for example, if Charles Soules was there, I would have him sign this black
nice
cover page, which is perfect, and nice silver.
Yes, silver.
This totally reminds me of the scene coming off of Sith, walking off the platform, and
they're just getting ready for the entire platform to blow.
Those are cool. I want to see more mechs like that guy walking around. Is that a droid or a mech?
Oh yeah, I didn't see.
Like a load lifter. I guess it's one of those droids that does that.
I would think it's a droid, because we don't really see
mechs. Yeah, it's very mech-like in sort of nature, but it would obviously be a droid. Everything is a droid, except for that one guy and Grievous.
Oh my God! There's that quote that I posted in a meme the other day. How many lies have been told by the council?
Mhm.
I totally posted that meme.
Well, if you throw enough stuff at the wall, something's gonna stick.
That's how I do most of my stuff. That's the secret of our success. Did you know that?
There you go. Yes.
Do we know the whole truth? No. Spoiler alert. You're being played. All right, we're gonna stick around in this dude's body for a while longer.
Yeah. Wow, wow, wow.
Oh,
Empty suitcase. Oh no, wait.
well, but maybe not. Here's your detective story kind of thing. We were talking about on the unifying force that there's.
Huh.
Aha.
What about on the Unifying Force?
It's like, don't you live on Naboo? You were the senator from Naboo. Why are you hanging out at Padme's? It's like, did you not keep an apartment?
You would think you wouldn't even need one. It would be a state provided
You would think.
thing. Some government apartment building.
I was in the dark as much as you were. No, you both were in the dark, dingus.
This is reminiscent of the Bespin meetup with Vader, except for nobody gets zapped with zappies.
And there's not a dinner table.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, Vader, caters a meal, sit down, chat, family dinner, and Han has to bring a gun out.
Whip out his blaster. This is the food's gonna come out later. That's all.
That's not how you introduce your boyfriend to dad.
Oh, bye. See ya. Do it. Do it.
Right?
Surprisingly, those
Can't leave.
droids with the zappy things aren't as badass as they maybe should be, especially against Anakin, who seems to be pretty weak lately.
Well, they don't need to be because Dooku is just toying with him because he's just all whatever, and Dooku's just like no. I mean, he's like throwing the silver. He just stuck him. There you go.
Those forks went in pretty deep. Must have some thick armor on. Look at you just standing there.
I know. Sidious is just sitting there going like, look at the rage. Look at what happens when he gets mad. It's like, this is going to be so easy.
He's like, do it.
Do it. Do it.
Now, this is funny, is this choice of episode here is that we're not seeing a lot of Ahsoka.
Yeah, she was.
I love the fact that they're just going across there, and you got one of the guards just dragging the Palpatine like right next to them as they're dueling it out.
Right.
Yeah, just walk over here so you can watch. He's just like, see, he's got the spider sense. What's the matter with everybody else? You know there's such a thing as force jumping there, Chief. You can still make that.
Yeah. Look how long he's taking. Blue. Later.
Well, he's just standing there because, again, we talked about on the Unifying Forces like lineage. of Jedi, going down as where did the traits of Ahsoka come from, is from Anakin, who trained Anakin, but Dooku is who trained Obi-Wan's master.
Yep.
Obi-Wan says they specialize in a lot of things. They really don't. Like they said, Sith Lords are a speciality. No, you got played by Sith Lord.
You've only ran into a handful.
Yeah.
Anyways, that was a good episode.
It was.
It was a little light on the Ahsoka, but
yeah, it's Ahsoka light.
Ahsoka light.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for sticking with us tonight. We really appreciate you joining us for the 600th episode of Summer Snips. We got so much other content, coming for the rest of the summer, so please stand by for all of that. Don't forget, we got our great jerseys that are on sale till next week. The Daughters of the Galaxy T-shirts are on sale, discounted for the next day. So take a look at that. I already bought a couple of them myself because they're kind of cool.
And the new tie-dye at TeePublic is pretty slick.
The tie-dye for the heroine's actually really nice. And I think Jake bought the beard batch in tie-dye.
And I think somebody, it might have been Sherry, that said Big Gay Explosion looks cool on tie-dye. Bet it does.
Oh, yes. Oh, my. Anyway, please make sure that you check out Mark Van Owen's table at SDCC if you're out in San Diego, booth 4049. And also, you might be looking for this guy, Incognito, if you will. Jeff, where are you going to be hanging out during the day tomorrow?
Wherever I can. I'm going to try to be in the Star Wars panel room for a good portion of the day just so I can sit down. But look for this helmet.
Oh, you're like you're gonna be what's his face? Ragnar.
Yeah, grumpy old Ragnar. And so look for that color scheme with that helmet specifically, with the green visor. If you see that, that's me. And later in the day, hopefully I'll be out of cosplay when we're at the meetup, but in the party. But keep an eye out. I'll probably have a VCN hat on for most of the day if I'm not in costume.
Very cool. Very cool.
And don't forget, right there is the link for you, tpublic.com, user virtual-cantina.
Do you spell the hyphen?
You might.
I spell it dash.
Dash. Gotcha. And don't forget also next weekend, we didn't plug it, but next weekend we have a special Family Vacation 2 news desk being hosted by Mark Van Olen and myself. It's gonna be a pretty damn good trip. Not gonna lie.
Yes.
But yeah, so please take a look at that. We only have 70 spots available for sale when it goes on sale at the end of this year. So you're gonna want to jump when it's able to jump. We will sell out. There's no question in my mind about this. And also, of course, next week, don't forget to meet up with Dave and April and Skip and a whole bunch of peeps and Dave Lewis down in Raleigh. And in 2 weeks, meet with Frank, Kathy, Melissa, and a whole group of people over at Fan Expo Boston. So we're looking forward to seeing all of you guys. We're looking forward to spending a lot of time with our Virtual Cantina family. And thank you very much for everybody who watches our show and is involved with our group. We do this as a labor of love. If you'd like to get involved, please let us know. We are always looking for help. We do this as a labor of love because we love our community and we love the wars. So until next time, we got Dave and Jeff. This is Spencer saying, may the force be with you, citizen.
Master?
I am no Jedi.